What's going on, Soul Tribe? I salute the divinity in you, and welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and bringing a little nugget there to the Soul Tribe archive. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the South Node in Pisces in the ninth house. This is an interesting one. Now, when you talk about the South Node, when you talk about South Node, you're always going to be talking about the North Node because they're in relationship with one another. The South Node is known either as K2 and also as the Dragon's Tail, whereas the North Node is known as the Dragon's Head or Rahu. But when we're talking about the South Node, since it's the tail, this is the areas, you can think about it where you've been. This can be the area of the past. I personally like to think of this as where you've accumulated wisdom. You know, it's the pot that's when you look at how it's shaped, it's almost like a pot, and these are the things that you hold. And sometimes you do there, the pot gets full and you do need to dump out some things and go towards some new territory with the North Node there. And that's how I like to talk about how they work together there. Because the thing with the South Node too, it's like you don't know where you're going if you don't know where you've been. You know, so it's a very important part, and it can play a very, give a lot of insight in the chart. And these points are where would be like considered like the eclipse points. Now, when you talk about Pisces, Pisces is ruled by Big Papa, Jupiter, and traditionally. And they are the mutable water sign. They're receptive or yin in nature. And when you think about Pisces, Jupiter gives Pisces that ability to feel things on a very expansive level. Pisces and I'm talking about Pisces energy in general. There is this capacity for really deep intuition, very deep connectedness, very strong empathy. That Pisces energy can literally feel what someone is moving through. And of the water signs, Pisces is the one that's just all the way submerged, whereas Cancer like kind of hovers between the two realms, and Scorpio never sees water. But with Pisces, there's a very fluid connection with source and with spirit and the imagination, the dream realm, the feelings, that psychic energy. So it's very neat energy, very nebulous when you think about Pisces energy. And then you talk about the ninth house. What a place for Pisces to be. But the ninth house is traditionally known as the house of God. And some of the themes that this is one of the Caden houses. And some of the themes that this covers, of course, is either religion or spirituality. This could be higher knowledge, but not just like the pursuit in, like, let's say, going to college or university, something like that. This is more it includes that innate knowledge, that just those things that you just get in your visions, those insights, those inspirations, that's where this is very, very cool house. But then this also covers like long journeys, distant places, foreign travels. This could be the house of diviners, like divination, dreams, astrologers, augurs, oracles, visions, things along those lines. Like we're very, very spiritual axis that this north and south node are on. But when you're talking about this placement, a couple of things to consider. One, you'd have a Cancer rising by whole sign. And you're going to want to look to see where Big Papa is in your chart, because Jupiter's going to be responsible for this house and your sixth house, which can be about your health, service, or, like being of service or servitude, your jobs, service animals, illnesses, things along along that nature. But one thing to talk about with this, both of these houses, like I said, is a very spiritual axis, because the third house is known as the house of the goddess. And so, one, I would ask, what is your relationship with spirituality, and how do you put that into a practical application? How do you communicate these visions, these dreams? Do you do it through writing? Do you do it through teachings? Do you just maybe you create some sort of social media platform and just bringing down the prophecies responsibly? But that would be something to just like really cultivate those gifts, because it's one thing to be able to feel all of that, to have that deep connection with spirit, but if you're not able to articulate it or to ground it in some sort of way, then you're just over there having fits just under, it's spells. But this is one that I really feel this position is very or has the potential to be very in tune with oneself and very in tune with others. And so whether this is helping your friends, your family, your community, I find that the more that you learn about yourself and how to communicate these gifts that you've probably come with, from the ninth house, the more beneficial it will be for yourself and for the people around you. You just find yourself, or could find yourself, in just a very rich community. And even being aware of how, because this one too, being a very spiritual house, this is going to get into your beliefs and things. You may notice that as your beliefs change, as you grow, this either enriches your community or it's going to change. This is a very busy axis that we're talking about. There's a lot of travel, short distance travel in the third, long distance in the ninth. So you may find yourself moving around quite a bit. Maybe you have like a job. Maybe you work as maybe like a flight attendant or a pilot, or maybe as a sailor or like a captain or something along those lines. And you just find yourself in, just establishing different cultures. But I would say take this experience that you have, and I think that there's something about passing that along to the next, to the people that are in your immediate environment there. There's something about having that sense of connection and camaraderie there. I think that comes with this axis, that you can find yourself really meeting a lot of very interesting people, and then just being, like it's, who knows what that could look like. I think this could be too one where if you do decide to pursue any sort of like higher learning, whether this going to college or anything, like becoming that, again, being able to pass those gifts along, teaching those gifts in some sort of way, putting those into where you can incorporate them in your sort of your day-to-day there. I think that's just some very general things to kind of talk about with this placement there. You definitely need the whole chart to get a better understanding of how this may manifest here. But I would love to hear if you have this placement or know someone who's working with this placement. Leave a comment down there, and tell us how this has showed up for you. And if you're wanting to, more curious about how to access this, understand the nodes, the nodal axis that you may have on this better, especially right now with the nodes they're actually in Virgo and Pisces, depending on when you're watching this. The north node will be coming on your south node, so very interesting time when you got those sort of nodal returns that happen. But if you're wanting to work with those stuff more closely, more personally, down in the description box is a link for how to get in touch with me, and we talk about the services that I provide, and then go from there. Just form relationships, building community. And then if you want to just follow the transits on the same channel, I release videos every Mercury day. That's a Wednesday. And I talk about just what's going on in the sky and what to anticipate with the transits, how to work with the energies, what are some intentions to set, what are some things to be in mind, what are some themes to look at in your chart. And then if you want to work with the moon more closely, there's a link for my other channel, The Chariot and Friends, where I talk about all the lunar shenanigans, from what sign she's in, what phase she's in, to when she's going void of course, which, as I'm releasing this like right now. Actually, she would have just wrapped up her first void of course one, is going to be doing it again in a couple days. So, but I do it by Hellenistic standpoint, so you can even find out what that's about. But until next time, stay mindful out there. Keep raising that vibration through the roof. And I will catch you on the next one. Later.